Hello, my name is Brer Omer. In this video, I'll be speaking about how I learn languages. And the method I used is actually a familiar method to you, which is the children method of learning a language. Children before school age, they used to listen, speak, and have their parents correct them. Some of them, unfortunately, never been to school, continued to learn the language the same way, and even became bilinguals. For vocabulary acquisition, I usually start by the traditional way, which is books. Now, when I buy a book that contains essential words. And of course, I watch many videos, going back and forth between the videos and the books. The idea here is to build enough vocabulary so you can be ready to speak. And of course, I use techniques to help my memory to remember new words. And one of these techniques is repetition, reading out loud, listening, and using flashcards. Listening is very important at this stage, as it familiarizes ourselves with the language, the rhythm of the language, the music of the language. Vocabulary is the core of the language learning process, but the speaking is very important. Even with limited vocabulary, we really need to start speaking in an early stage. If you live in a country that speaks a language, that's a big bonus for you. If not, practice speaking to yourself as well. If you know somebody that speaks a language somewhere, try to start conversation with them. Even if you can't maintain a longer conversation, it's very important that you start using the words that you learned. Through repetition, reading out loud, and going back and forth between the book, the videos, and the flashcard, we should be able to have enough vocabulary so as to go move on to the next step, which is longer conversation. For longer conversations, I use italki, a popular platform that connects millions of students to teachers. And I'm not really looking for a teacher. I'm looking for a language guide that can guide me through the same language learning process that my parents used to do. And I tell my teachers right away that I don't want to go into the school way of teaching a language, focusing too much on grammar, as grammar is supposed to be understood within the context. Of course, I'll be making a lot of mistakes, including grammatical mistakes. And these mistakes are a treasure for me. I move the new words to the flashcards. I put them first in sentences or phrases. And of course, going back and forth again between the book, the flashcard, and the videos, I make sure that I'm building my vocabulary so I can come back to the next class with more vocabulary and more confidence. After a few classes, I will notice some progress. And it is the progress that I'm looking for. I'm not looking for perfection. Slowly, the speed will be coming. As the Italians say, piano piano, se va lontano, meaning if you go slow, you'll go far. And that doesn't mean that if you drag your feet, you'll go far, but it means if you slow when you need to. At the end, progress will be there and speed will be there. Language learning is a journey, and we want to make this journey enjoyable to us. It totally depends on what you want from the language. Do you want to travel and maybe exchange few words with the locals? Or do you want to study? If you want to study, which field do you want to study? Different fields require different types of vocabulary. You could be fluent, for example, in Spanish. And if you try to read the novel of El Amor en los Tiempos del Cólera for Gabriel Garcia Marquez, you might be lost. Every time we learn a new language, we're actually turning into children. We need to be tolerant with ourselves. We will stumble, fall. We just need to get up and continue the journey. We have to accept the fact that sometimes we will embarrass ourselves and step out of our comfort zone. I like what the Japanese say, Saromo kikara ochiro. The literal meaning is, even monkeys fell off trees. But the real meaning is, even experts make mistakes. Well, this is the end of the video. If you have useful information that you want to add, please go to the comment section and add it. If you like the video, please pass it on to your friends and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Thank you very much.